Ladies and gentlemen, last night we had another boring round of the presidential primary debates. And it ended absolutely horribly with Chris Christie grabbing Nikki Haley and folding her like a taco and eating her like a cheeseburger. Then we had Vivek Ramaswamy dead-naming the governor of Florida by calling him a cross-dressing maniac. And I can't believe it, but my favorite presidential candidate, Mike Pence, was not there. Apparently he dropped out of the race, but nobody knew this. And it's really hard for me because Mike Pence and I have worked together at many gay conversion therapy camps, helping to turn men back into heterosexual heroes and pussy slamming monsters. So that was very challenging for me, finding out that he was no longer running for president. R.I.P. Michael Pence. We really helped a lot of homosexuals together. So once again, it was just another boring, uneventful political process that nobody cares about. When we all know that Daddy Trump is going to be the nominee because Trump will be the 45th and the 47th president. And if you add 45, that equals 9. And if you add 47, that equals 11. So I guarantee that Donald Trump will be the 9/11 president to lead us into the future. Now, let's start the show. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them all, yeah, gotta break them all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein, and we have a great show for you this evening. On Skype, we have one of my very new best friends, Heidi Briones. But in studio, I want to welcome on the one, the only. She's not only beautiful, but she also is a great motivational leader, speaker, whatever you want to call it. She will lead you to the promised land. The one, the only, Emily Chevrolet.
Huh? Chevrolet?
What?
Yo, it's
What?
Ford.
It's Jimmy!
Come on,
Why
Jimmy.
did you put Chevrolet in the prompter? It's a Ford?
Well, I thought we were sponsored by Chevrolet.
What are you talking? It's Ford, dude. I apologize, Emily. I'm sorry. That's on Jimmy, not me.
I'm sorry,
Come
I had
on,
one
Jimmy.
job.
Just think of Tom Ford.
That's easy. The designer, Tom Ford. Okay, so let me correct that. We have the most beautiful, most bestest ever in the world, motivational speaker, Emily Ford. Emily Ford. Sorry. I keep messing up. I'm a big car guy. I should know that. I just mess up.
Okay.
I like Mazda. Do you ever drive? Have you ever driven a Mazda CX?
No.
I lost my virginity in one. It was really bad. No, it was bad. It was
that
like
is
6
bad.
months ago. 6 months ago, it was really bad. We got in a car accident, and then the woman got arrested for DWI, but I don't want to get into that. Okay, so now with all that being said, Emily, we have breaking news on this show tonight. I don't know if you know this, but presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the son of Robert Kennedy Sr., was just exposed for his horrible plane etiquette. Are we going to just show the picture now, Jimmy?
Well, I was going to show the email I got this morning and then the picture.
Okay,
I wanted to.
This is an exclusive. We are the ones that are breaking this. Our boy Donald, and who actually do we have to quote, or who do we have to credit?
So the person who took the photo, his name is Justin. I'm blanking on his name, his last name, but I wrote it down. I got
You wrote it down, but now you're blanking on it.
Well,
How does that
it's
work?
in the graphic. It's in the next graphic.
Names don't matter here.
It does, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's writing Emily Chevrolet, Emily Mazda.
Obviously, it doesn't matter.
It's
So,
Emily Ford, Jimmy. Like, why are you so dumb sometimes? Okay, I apologize. All right, so this is the email. Read it because the text is very small.
Hello, Jimmy. Attaches a 100% real photo of RFK Jr. walking barefoot into an airplane bathroom just the other day. I have the full story, blah, blah, blah.
Whoa. He was going into the bathroom barefoot?
Yeah, that's the extra.
That is a crime. That's disgusting.
that's dirty. That's more dirty than you losing your virginity.
In a Mazda CX.
Yeah.
And, okay, so.
Well, I want to warn viewers that the photo's pretty shocking. So it's Justin Haskins.
Oh, no socks.
Let's zoom in on that. Can we get that one? Look at that.
And Emily, I know you're into holistic stuff and being healthy, and I've heard of grounding, right? Where you know, walking barefoot on the sand or the grass is good for you. But have you ever heard of airplane grounding?
No, this is just another level of dirty.
I
Think of the germs.
That's a staph infection.
Or it's lazy, too.
Is that what it is? Or do you think this is a power move? Is he trying to show the flight attendant, hey, look, I can walk around the thing with no feet?
I own this plane.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
I don't know.
No.
That's weird. But, guys, we have the exclusive. So who do we need to credit again, Jimmy?
Justin Haskins took that photo. But we reached out to RFK Jr.'s team for comment. They declined comment. But our airplane...
What did you say, Jimmy? What did you just say, Jimmy? Air porn?
I said air porn. I don't know why.
This isn't feetfinder.com. Where's your head at, Jimmy? That's a pair of a man's feet, and now you're talking about pornography, dude.
I had airport and airplane stuck in my head, and that was really unfortunate.
I think you had porn stuck in your head, which is disgusting, Jimmy. And
Apparently.
we have a very classy lady on this show tonight. So can you please get your head out of the gutter?
Well, our airplane etiquette czar and host of Relatable, Allie Beth Stuckey, released a statement on this. She feels very strongly about this subject. So many of you may have seen the disturbing photograph of presidential nominee and environmentalist Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. traipsing down the aisle of a commercial aircraft, A321 EOW, operated by American Airlines. We're aware of the situation and have launched a full investigation. Our initial findings show that Mr. Kennedy demonstrated at least a flagrant disregard for the visible crumbs beneath his feet, which likely crunched as he walked on them, and profound disrespect for the airport czar's rules, which explicitly prohibit unshoed feet on any commercial aircraft. The fact that Mr. Kennedy does not even have socks on represents a crime heretofore unseen by our department. We appreciate the concern of the public and take your complaint seriously. Depending on the results of our investigation, RFK Jr. may be fined up to $5,768,634.94 and made to watch 186 consecutive hours of Dr. Anthony Fauci interviews and press conference in the location of our choosing.
Wow, very good statement by Allie Stuckey. She loves airplane etiquette. What's the weirdest experience that you've seen on an airplane, personally, Emily?
Oh,
Anything weird?
not really.
You've never seen like somebody? I fly Spirit Airlines, so I've seen
Spirit.
a man. Yeah, I've seen a man die on an airplane.
Okay.
The pilot died.
I mean, I've seen people have rage on airplanes.
I know. I'm usually one of them.
all right. It's because you fly Spirit.
I know. And speaking of flying, we have I don't want to say anything. I don't want to leak any information, but potentially next week we have a very famous airplane passenger potentially coming on the show. So I'll just leave it at that. Wink, wink for you internet sleuths that want to try to figure that out. But let's talk about this.
Well, we got an ad read first.
Oh my gosh!
I know, I'm the worst.
Betting on your favorite sports teams is a lot of fun, and it can even be profitable when you have a good sense of what you're doing. That's where a good sportsbook can really come in handy. But how do you know you're choosing the right one? When your money is on the line, you need to choose a trusted sportsbook that gives you the tools to win, like MyBookie. At MyBookie, it doesn't matter if your team is up or down. You can easily cash out or bet the game live to come out on the winning side. Remember to use MyBookie for a daily odds boost, same game parlays, and take advantage of huge prize pool contests. Plus, MyBookie has a no-strings-attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quickly. Just use that promo code ALEX on your first deposit and receive up to $200 in cash. That's promo code ALEX to claim your own cash bonus now. Try the MyBookie money bag to grab a potential Super Bowl frontrunner at long shot odds, plus 38,000 on the Eagles and Chiefs. You won't find odds like that anywhere else. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie.com. And remember, guys, gambling is supposed to be for fun. Do not, go crazy. I do encourage you to use my promo code so the show will survive. But, gamble at your own risk. What do you think about gambling?
Oh, I've never done it.
What? You've never done it?
Mm-mm.
Are you really and truly? You've never gone to Vegas and ever gambled?
I mean, I speak in Vegas quite a bit, and my friends have brought me to stand behind them to do blackjack.
But you've never even put money in a slot machine?
No, no.
It's fun. It's very bad, though. It's not good.
I feel like I'd get maybe addicted, so I should stay
You
away.
can. I know. My grandmother was addicted to it. She broke a bunch of slot machines and we went to jail for it. It was actually pretty cool. But my point is, when you gamble, always gamble with what you can lose. Don't gamble with something you can't lose because then you're going to end up broke. So be very careful. All right. Now, Emily, you're a motivational speaker who's an expert at developing personal brands. What I need from you is I need some help with my brand. I mean, I have some pretty bad photos, some pretty bad content out there that has really hurt me in the conservative movement. A lot of people say, oh, he's not really conservative enough. Then the liberals say he's not even a liberal enough. I mean, I'm having trouble pleasing my audience. So I know you are a brand expert. We're going to go through some stuff that I've done in the past, like this. This is me speaking at the Plano City Council meeting, and I was fighting to compete against the women, and they would not let me compete in the women's swim league. I'm trying to get a college scholarship, but I get a lot of hate from the conservatives because they say I'm just as bad as Drag Queen Storytime because I'm technically cross-dressing. So how do I kind of rehab this?
Oh my, this PR crisis. Well, I know you may think that your brand isn't tight, but I actually try to teach people to do what you do, and that's stand for something.
Really, culture jamming is what it is. No, but I'm this is a joke. We like to joke around, but then this is the other one. This is the transgender tuck-friendly bathing suit. This video got millions of views online. But once again, the right went after me. All the conservatives went after me and said, you know what, Alex, you're just a cross-dressing homosexual. I'm not a homosexual, but I am a cross-dresser. I don't know how I debate that. So when they yell that at me and I'm wearing women's clothes, it's hard to tell them, hey, I'm not a cross-dresser. You know what I mean?
Well, Alex, I can show you how Emily does it, and maybe you can aim to be like her.
Okay,
we got
please.
2 photos of Emily.
Oh, Jimmy!
Oh,
Jimmy!
whoa.
Do not
Look at those abs!
Jimmy,
You found me in Lake Como.
Look at those Leonidas abs. How do you get that?
Jimmy,
Yo.
Jimmy, stop.
Oh
We're gonna
my
get a terms
gosh.
of service strike. They actually look very similar. I mean, I don't mean that rude, but I mean, it doesn't, it looks kind of, look at that.
That we don't look similar, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I think our
It's
neck
just
bones,
dedication, commitment, intermittent fasting, you know.
intermittent fasting is the key. I really think that like everybody
yeah.
thinks you got to eat all the time.
No, you don't.
And you know, they even say that's ancestral, that we get smarter, you know, that the cavemen would have to, when they would be in ketosis from not eating, because that's when your body starts to use stored energy, the fat.
Very good.
You know? No, it's great. But you actually get smarter because your body, your brain runs smoother on ketones than it does on sugar and
It
carbohydrates.
absolutely does. And on that particular trip, I was in Lake Como, just getting done speaking in Poland, and that's how I keep my energy high when traveling. So.
I mean, I'm very, very. I mean, I do think we do look very similar, but I'm not going to say.
Stop.
I know. I mean, obviously, my hips are a little more childbearing, but I would say that. I mean,
It's not your best look, but hey, if you're trying to make a statement, as long, you know, your motives matter.
that's what it's about, the motives. And speaking of motives, Jimmy, we need to motivate some of my crew.
Well, we had one more photo that I don't know how
What,
you fixed.
Jimmy? What is
are you
this?
doing?
Well, how does Alex explain himself out of this one?
Jimmy! Jimmy!
How does he recover from that, Emily?
I got a lot of heat.
Okay, what's the point with this?
This is Lady and the Tramp was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and it's hard to feed a monkey spaghetti. We've tried to feed them a lot of spaghetti, but they eat bananas quite easily, and so we kind of got in a little situationship, I guess you could call this, and yeah, it's just me with the banana in my mouth, and then
So what was the backlash on this photo? What was...
that monkey got a bunch of people sick with like an Ebola type virus. It was like a movie outbreak, and like a couple people on the crew got violently ill. I was totally fine. I'm triple vaccinated.
Did you put out a triple vaccinated?
Oh, I'm quadruple
Oh,
vaccinated.
yo.
Yeah, it's so smart.
So did you put out an apology statement for all the sick people? Or
I have not, because I'm trying not to take legal liability.
Yeah, I
So
get
I'm
it.
kind of just saying, hey, you know, you guys, I coughed
Yeah.
on you after I shared a banana with a sick monkey.
Well,
That's
actually,
on you.
Alex, you actually didn't include. You sued that sweet lady to the ground.
Oh, I did sue her. Yeah. So I wouldn't have liability on myself. I blamed it all on the monkey. I'm not, I mean, come on. I'm
you
not.
blamed it on the... You're a blamer.
I am a blamer. I'm the blame game's my favorite game, Emily. I blame everything on monkeys.
No blaming over
Monkey
here.
ate my homework. I did that one all the time. Monkey ate my homework. You know how AIDS was started, right?
Oh my God.
All right, let's bring
All right,
on.
don't say that, Jimmy. Why would you put an AIDS
How
joke in a
about
prompter?
we let her
Like-
do her magic on Darius?
Okay, now, Darius, come on set.
Yo.
Now, this is one of our hardest working employees here. His name is Darius Presley. He's
Darius, are you smoking again?
Darius,
Seriously.
What are you doing, Darius?
Oh
Okay,
my
face the
goodness.
camera. What are you doing?
Darius, what are you doing? Why are you smoking a cigarette? I thought you quit smoking cigarettes.
Okay, can you seriously?
I did until I got here, you know.
And you're just, this is
Dude,
a
I just-
nice lady.
I
She's going to
just
smell
got
like
that-
cigarettes. She has a,
that sudden
It's
urge.
okay.
Put that
You know.
cigarette out. Put that out. Or the, put it out on here. That's what you get. No, come over here. Come over here. We're not done, Darius. Come here. So, Darius, come here.
My booty.
No, your booty's fine. His booty is fine. So Darius is one of the hardest working young men here at the Blaze. He's my protege. He's my wife's boyfriend. He's a lot of stuff that's very important to me, but I don't want to get into that. What I want to talk about today is I tried to give Darius a free Jeep Grand Cherokee. Remember that, Darius?
Wow. How generous.
Vaguely.
And vaguely.
Mm-hmm.
And tell Emily why you will not accept this free car that I'm going to give you.
Because the road rage has me so nervous. On those rare occasions I drive, you know, I'm like this, right? Like I'm 120. This
Oh.
is how I merge, and then I turn.
So he's scared to drive.
Scared to drive. Did you drive here?
How did you get here?
Uber?
No.
Lyft?
Hitchhike.
You walked. You're putting in your 10,000 steps.
Well, and
Applaud
listen,
you for that.
and Darius has visited. Tell her what you visit.
Glory holes.
Stop. Say it like you mean it, though.
Glory holes.
He really. Have you ever heard of a glory hole?
No.
It's a hole, and they do it at sex shops.
Hey,
and then-
let's just let her motivate.
Okay,
her.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
We need to figure this out.
Okay, and also Darius, Alex, move a little
Yeah,
to
little-
your right because you
this is
kept
the
in front of the camera.
camera.
Like, Darius, is this your first show? What number show is this, Darius?
This is like your 100th show.
Yeah.
We're on like, what episode is this, 113?
This is episode 118.
118 shows you've done, and you still don't realize that's the camera. Okay, neither here nor there. Just don't. Emily, can you motivate him to have the courage to learn how to drive?
Well, yeah, but first, we can't be beating him up right now because obviously this is a soft spot. Okay, so was there a time in your life?
Emily, can you?
Emily, you can stand up. Emily,
Did you have an instance or a time in your life, a bad experience with driving?
I haven't. It's just the road rage, you know.
Road rage.
Yeah.
What causes you to get road rage?
No, not me, but just the, you know, road rage in general.
Oh, so you're afraid of other people.
Yeah. You know, depending on the people.
And this is real. I'm not even kidding, Emily. I know this show seems like a comedy show. I was going to give him a free car, pay for the insurance on it for a year. Are you about to throw up?
We're having a breakthrough.
Gosh, I know.
So, did someone do something to you one time on the road? Did you have a bad experience, or one of your parents maybe?
No, nobody has ever done anything or attempted to, but all the stories that I've seen and read about, you know.
The media.
The media.
So.
And word of mouth too, though. No.
So, what is causing you to focus on that so much to the point where it's crippling you?
Well, because road rage, you know, typically doesn't have any good outcomes, any favorable outcomes.
What's causing you to focus on it?
Yeah, because what about think about how you could get to places faster? You wouldn't have to be on the bus. You ever think about the positives of driving?
Yeah.
I do.
But why does the one negative outweigh all of the positive benefits that would help your life, Darius?
That's right.
Because I mean, it's bigger than all the planets put together. You know.
What?
No,
When's the last time you
the
drove?
Road rage problem. It's been 2 years.
2 years? What made you park the car in the driveway and say, I'm done driving? Like, when was the final? We all have those moments where it's like final straw.
She's a real professional.
But no, I'm not. I haven't given up, and I'm not going to give up. And I did.
Well, you have given up.
Slightly better 2 years ago. You know.
You have given up because I'm trying.
Would it help if we were in the car with you and we drove together?
Let's do it.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do, I think, a driver's ed education course next week. We're going to have the car. And if you wreck that car, you're going to owe me a lot of money. You realize that?
Don't put more fear in him.
Okay, you're right. I'm calling you.
You're
You won't owe me anything.
much. You have to speak life into him.
Okay.
This is actually trauma for him.
And it is. And it's funny you say that because I have a guy that's an expert in speaking life. Now, come over here. Now, this is Big Nasty. Big Nasty, face this way a little bit so we can... So Big Nasty, we do a little different of a motivational speaking style here, and Big Nasty's going to show you how we handle things here at Primetime with Alex Stein.
Darius, stop acting like a bitch, man. You a black man. You gotta be strong.
I ain't acting like no bitch.
Stop acting like a bitch
Ain't
and
acting like
start
no
acting
bitch.
like a bitch and take your ass and learn how to drive. Stop acting like a bitch.
So how about you?
I'm tired of you being a bitch.
The three of you, back seat. You know.
Three of us in the back seat doing what? You can't even damn drive.
No, that motivation. You know.
That's motivate. I'm gonna motivate your ass.
It takes away the fear factor. You know.
You're a brother. You can't be no weak ass brother.
So exactly how you gonna motivate me?
I'm motivating your ass right now.
Yeah, this is the most motivated I've ever seen your ass.
Is
everything okay?
I think we got some family trauma going on.
A little bit, yes. We have it's a very high strung show for sure. So how do we help this? Is this not a good technique to tough love?
I've never seen this side of
it. What's causing you to talk to him this way?
Well, he is the motivational speaker here. So this is what he does: gay conversion therapy as well. He's actually converted a lot of homosexuals back to heterosexuality.
That's right. That's how we do it over here.
Man, but how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling lovely.
Is this your son?
Like my son.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
your son?
Yeah, but he's acting like a bitch. And I don't need him acting like no bitch.
no,
I need him to take his ass and learn how to drive.
Right. But do you ever feel like maybe there's a part of him that's a little tender right now that he needs you to empower him instead of disempower him by breaking him down?
Tender, he ain't no meat.
He has a point.
I understand that so much. And you are such a badass. Like, dude, I feel your energy and how powerful you are and you're masculine. But there's times where there's wounds and things we need to heal from. And by being yelled at, it's gonna cause him to shudder and to not be able to expand. So how about you try empowering him with an empowering belief instead of a disempowering belief? Can you say something empowering to him?
Yeah. Stop acting like a bitch and take your trick ass and learn how to drive. Is that better?
I thought that was pretty good.
Why do you care to get him to drive?
Because he needs to. He a black man, he gotta be strong. Ain't no black man can't drive.
So why do you care enough to tell him that?
Because I want him to learn how to drive.
Why do you want him to learn how to drive?
Because I have to take his trick ass all over the damn city, picking up damn all types of crazy ass women in the middle of the night and all this shit.
Middle of the night.
Yes, yeah.
He calls in the middle of the night. Yes,
I ain't no damn Uber.
Yeah, and he does.
You need some breakfast women, like women you can take to breakfast, not in the middle of the night. Okay, never mind. Okay, just hold
I'm
on.
a night owl, so.
Oh, you're a night. Okay.
This would be the-
I think he's doing pretty good, Emily, and I'm not just saying that. I think he's motivated a lot of people. I know it's a different technique, but
It's a whole different technique. But why do you care about him?
Because I want him to win. He a black man.
Why
And
do
he
you-
gotta be strong.
Why do you
he
want-
can't be weak.
I feel that. Do you think it's coming from a place of love? You love him?
Hell no, I don't love his trick ass. I can't stand his trick ass.
But I think there's something in there that makes you care so much about him that's causing you so much emotion.
Nah, ain't nothing there. Never will be.
Never
I'm
will.
tired of running his trick ass all around the city, picking up tricks and all that.
Do you think something would shift if you saw him win again and drive?
Hell yeah.
Whoa, let's make that happen.
let's make
How do you
that
feel
happen.
about
How
that?
do you feel? Do you want to?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There he is.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
Sweet.
Let's
There he is.
go.
He's gonna learn how to drive.
You heard it here.
Yes.
You heard it here.
There he is.
Let's
Dance,
go.
dance, dance.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
okay.
there he is. There he is. You're gonna learn how to drive.
Oh, this
Do
was
we have
nice
any
till
music?
that.
Do we have any music? Come on,
Oh
celebrate.
my gosh.
There he is. Celebrate. We just had a breakthrough. We had a breakthrough.
Yeah. Roar. Serious roar.
Roar like a lion.
Yeah.
Roar louder.
Yeah. Roar. No, I want to go deeper.
Deeper,
Yeah.
Darius.
Oh,
Roar.
no, deeper, not deeper. No, don't. Let's keep, no.
All right, is our guest ready? Is our next guest ready?
Yeah, well, yeah, we have another ad read, though.
All right, let me sit down. All right. Great job.
Okay.
This is incredible.
Thank you.
Get off set right now.
Breakthroughs happening left and right.
Thank you,
Oh
Emily.
my gosh.
Whew. That had me sweating. I thought Tiny was going to kill Darius there. He gets hyped up like that. All right. You guys may have heard about liver health formula, not just on my show, but also on HGTV, Fox News, Newsmax, Food Network, and other places. I can't breathe, Jimmy. I think that I'm having a little myocarditis, but I'll be okay. They already helped more than 2.6 million people with their products. It's not surprising that liver health formula is so popular. If you were to add up all the residents of Arizona, Virginia, Florida, and Texas, you would still not get the 100 million Americans that have a sluggish, fatty liver that makes people gain weight, experience fatigue, and probably even your liberal neighbor has it. So, if you're suffering from low energy, brain fog, or unexplained extra flab, it's time to do something about it. You got to try Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement packed with clinically proven botanicals to help you recharge and protect your liver. It has thousands of positive reviews on Amazon, so you know it's time-tested, but only on Blaze can you get the best offer they have on the entire internet. With your order, you get a free bottle of blood sugar formula. In total, you're getting a 64% discount. Head over to my dedicated page at getliverhelp.com/Alex to get this special offer. Remember, we can't save America if we don't look after ourselves. So go to getliverhelp.com/Alex. Whew. Whew. I'm emotional. I'm hot. I'm emotional.
Oh.
I have
Feel
hives,
the
too.
emotion. Feel it.
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
Yeah, it was.
Jimmy, that was one of the best breakthroughs we've ever had.
Yeah, that really was. Emily, can you tell Alex how to speak to me like you just spoke to
Yeah,
Darius.
because Jimmy, you're an idiot. Jimmy, you're putting, Mazda, Chevrolet. You're trying to be so funny. Yeah, we have tough love, Jimmy. Jimmy went to Princeton. He thinks he knows a bunch of stuff. Oh, I went to Ivy League. Poison Ivy League is what I call it. Your brain's poisoned with retarded nonsense. Excuse my French, sorry.
Wow, wow.
I have a good life coach joke like what Emily does.
I don't do life coaching.
Okay.
Okay. I thought.
Then the joke's kind of ruined. I won't.
What? Life
You can tell it.
Yeah, what is a life coach joke?
But I don't.
We don't do that.
So,
but I need a life coach if you know one.
You do.
I need a lot of coaches. I need a whole personnel team. All right, go ahead, Jimmy.
One time a girl told me, if you can't afford a therapist, just get a life coach. If you don't know what a life coach is, it's a woman in a midlife crisis who's in no position to give life advice.
Jimmy, why do you come here?
Oh, hey, does she have the goggles?
Does she have the goggles? Do we have any goggles? I don't think we have any goggles.
Wait, just cover your eyes.
Cover
Emily.
your eyes now! Turn on this camera!
Emily.
I'm so sick of you, Jimmy! I'm sick of it! I'm sick of you! I cut my hand. I actually cut my hand. I cut my hand.
The consequences of your own actions.
Shut up, Jimmy! Shut up!
Yo, bro.
Are you okay?
Breathe.
Are you okay?
You need to breathe.
I'm having a panic attack.
Sorry,
Breathe in and out.
we forgot the goggles. We usually have our guests wear goggles at that time.
I'm having a
apologize.
panic attack, Jimmy. Call my therapist.
You need to breathe.
We have Heidi on. Just like the same
Heidi's
thing.
good. Okay, Heidi's like basically a therapist. Now we welcome on one of my favorite internet online friends that I've never met in person, but her and I have kind of weird sexual chemistry. The one, the only Heidi Briones. Heidi, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing awesome.
Well, Heidi, let's put us in a 3-box. I want to introduce you to Emily. She's here to try to help me fix my brand. She's a public relations expert. I'm an idiot. I have a lot of challenging things and mistakes that I've made. And so I'd like it if we can kind of get 2 smart women to help fix me because, you guys might not know this. I lost my mother. I don't have a lot of women in my life right now. So if you guys will just help me, I would really appreciate that.
Of course, I'd love to help you.
So
Nice to meet you, Emily.
Nice to meet you.
So you ladies, this is my show. I don't want y'all talking to each other at all, all right? Okay. So listen, you live in Portlandia, or AKA Portland. Is that correct?
That's right. Have you been?
Are you kidding? Me and Ted Wheeler are like best friends, the mayor of that town. And Ted Wheeler, are you familiar with his work at all, Emily?
No.
He's the homosexual mayor of Portland. Not that that matters, not that that's a bad thing, but he's been known to go to sex parties. He's actually been pictured at a pool party. Heidi, do you know the pool party I'm talking about?
I don't. Do you have footage?
We should have had that. Jimmy can't pull that up fast enough, but he was at a pool party where this woman was doing like these really weird like body art stuff, and like there was just a lot of weird stuff going on. But I actually have, I've left my little mark on Portland, and it was a pretty big skid mark to say the least. So let's play a little bit of my Portland trolling.
Thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate it. Next up is item 181. Next individual, please, Keelan.
Request of Mohammed Al-Tahir to address council regarding sanctuary city for refugees.
Good morning, Mohammed.
Hello, Mayor Ted Wheeler. I want to say on behalf of Taliban that you are the best mayor in United States of America. In other cities, law enforcement makes it tough for us to operate, but luckily in Portland, the mayor actually supports the right of Taliban. Our experience in cities like New York and Los Angeles have been rife with law enforcement and governmental issues. But in Portland, we are able to distribute our poppy to the people of Portland. Currently, the #1 place in America that we export all of our Afghani poppy is to Portland. As Taliban member, I promise to give the citizens of Portland the cleanest heroin known to men. We understand that Pfizer has the vaccine taken care of. So thank you, Mayor Wheeler, for letting the Taliban seller poppy to your people without getting in trouble. To all my other comrades that are watching this, remember, Andino is the worst person ever. And Portland is the only place where racism is no longer exists. You are able to sell your poppy or smoke your methamphetamine. Our park your broken down car on the streets of our month at time without any interference.
Dylan, can we move to the next person? I don't think we need to sit here and listen to a racial parody. This is deeply offensive and you should be ashamed. This is absolutely racist behavior on your part. Shame on you. Next individual, please. Item number 182.
So that's the first clip. Now, Heidi, what's your initial reaction? Now, I had to set it up. I had a virtual camera, and I would call into Portland all the time during the pandemic. And then I paid a guy on Fiverr to read that speech, and then I played it on my computer live. So that was actually really challenging to do, but it made some national news. But Jimmy, the freaking subtitles on that were way off. I mean, but that's
I had a tough time understanding him.
I know, but I wrote everything he said. I could have given you the transcription of it. But neither here nor there. Heidi, what is your initial reaction on the poppy and methamphetamine problem and heroin problem in your city of Portland?
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a poppy problem. It's more like a fentanyl problem, though. I don't know. Is that poppies or is that?
Well, you know what I mean.
Where does that come from?
But doesn't heroin become fentanyl, you know, all the, you know, opiate or whatever?
I guess so. I mean, people are, you know, they smoke it either way. I don't exactly know what they're smoking, you know, when they're outside Fred Meyer. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's something. And yeah, I can definitely see Ted Wheeler calling it racist to talk about, you know, the problems in Portland. But I don't know about methamphetamine. I think everybody's moved on. I think everybody's likes to be just falling over.
Heidi, that's a little naive because everybody knows what a good speedball is. When you're on a little bit of heroin, you need a little methamphetamine kicker just to keep you up. So I'm telling you, wherever there's heroin, there's a little bit of meth. Learn that from
a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
That's just how
maybe
it works.
A little bit.
So Heidi, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're such a badass on Twitter. I love your Twitter takes, and tell us about how your growth on it, how you became, you know, so well known on the platform.
Sure. Yeah. I'd love to share how I became, you know, the internet's favorite lesbian, as they say. You know, I'm the new Ellen. Just, you know, I'm waiting for those checks to come in. So anytime, guys. But yeah, I ran for office in 2020 as a Democrat, you know, cringe. But throughout COVID, I, you know, just started really, you know, being upset and sick of the Democratic establishment and how authoritarian they were. You know, I couldn't even go to the gym in my own apartment complex. You know, what's that about? You know, my wife got kicked out of Whole Foods. What's that about? Just trying to buy some wine. So things got really messy, you know, and I talked a lot of garbage about Biden and, you know, the Democrats, and they kicked me out, which has been, you know, weird because I grew up, you know, a Democrat. I was a leftist in college. I went to UC Santa Cruz, you know, majored in politics, about as left as you get, but I don't stand for authoritarianism. So that was what really pushed me over the line. I was like, I can't get down with that. So, yeah, then I basically grew my following after that. My most popular tweets are actually lesbian party stories and dunking on AOC. So yeah, that's what people like. They like my lesbian stories and they like when I dunk on AOC.
And you have to admit,
don't know what the connection is there.
But AOC, because she's a big booty Latina, so everybody likes that.
Yes.
That's why we
like
her.
The juicy booty. It's the juicy booty.
And that's what she said.
I mean, honestly.
Did you even know that, Emily, that I confronted AOC and I said that you're my favorite big booty Latina, and she played like she was a victim, and then somebody made me this custom calendar. You see this? This is her in a MAGA bathing suit. I love this. Is my... It's scratch and sniff.
That's delicious.
It stinks. It stinks. This is a scratch, and I don't know why they did that fragrance. I would have picked a little something more pleasurable, but neither here nor there. So we both love AOC. You're a lesbian. Mm-hmm. I'm a heterosexual male, but we both love AOC, so we have a lot in common.
Yeah, we're basically the same.
And you know that oftentimes I'm non-binary, and when I'm Alexandria, I still like women. So technically, I am a transgender lesbian. So we are a lot alike.
Transbian.
Is that what it is? Okay, so tell me this. As a lesbian, what do you think about TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists? Because I go to a lot of these drag queen story times, and some of the people that protest the most are actual, you know, lesbians that are mad at the transgender movement. So what do you think about that dichotomy within that own LGBTQ community?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a TERF technically, so I mean, I think that, you know, I think that the lesbians, you know, are sick of it. They really don't want men in their spaces, and they're, you know, starting to say something about it. And I think usually lesbians just chill with their cats and don't really do a whole lot, you know, really just keep to ourselves. But
you know, I have 4 cats.
Me
so
too.
I really am a lesbian. We're both lesbians.
Yes, you are. You are. That's basically what I spend all my time doing. I don't have a cat door, so I just let them in and out all day long, you know, over and over. But yeah, I mean, I think that, the L just wants to get out, really. It's really about like get the L out of the LGBT. So there's a lot of non-woke, non-LGBT lesbians coming out and saying, we're sick of it. We want to be able to have lesbian parties with only women. That's the definition of a lesbian party. So if you want to come in and you have a penis, you're not invited. Like specifically, you're not invited. Sorry.
Well,
Unless you're
I'm
Alex.
invited though. Yeah,
Unless
thank you.
you're
Yeah, one
invited.
clarification. I'm invited.
You're the only one. You're the only one.
Okay, so
$20 super chat.
yes. Jimmy.
Hi guys, Superfly said hitting fat bong rips watching primetime Alex Stein.
Jimmy, why do you say that? We have classy people who are talking about people using drugs.
I'm contractually obligated to read every $20
I
super
did
chat.
tell you that, but if they're talking about using drugs, maybe bleep it out or hitting a cigarette. I don't know. Funny.
What if this is someone in Portland? It's legal.
Probably. It is legal in some places. Okay, neither here nor there. We got to let Heidi go. We only have a couple more minutes with her. But so, Heidi, I want to talk about this too. You talk about how you were liberal and then now you're more, libertarian. But I think that they've raised us all. I think we've all been kind of brainwashed. They say sharing is caring. I think that it almost is kind of like the, status quo is to everybody to be kind of a liberal, right? Don't you think that? I mean, isn't that kind of how we're raised in school and the indoctrination that we all should basically be socialists and just go to school, and I feel like we're indoctrinated to be that, and that you almost have to have life experience before you start realizing that the government doesn't have our best interests. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if you go to public school, if you grow up in the city, you get indoctrinated every where you go, and people are always trying to tell you, social justice. I mean, they showed us Captain Planet when we were growing up in the 90s. I mean, they've been ingraining this stuff in millennials, the entire time. It takes decades to do, and I think that where conservatives miss out is they're not being as proactive as the left is being. They're not thinking 30 years ahead. They're just reacting to what the left is doing right now. But if they had a 30-year plan to have some conservative cartoons and some stuff that kids would like now and then grow up and be more conservative, I think that they would start winning more. So the left is really railroading things with infiltrating every single institution, I think, in the country.
And one issue that I stand really firm on, and like I said, I'm very pro-gay. I'm not anti-gay at all, but this is the thing. A pride flag, the only difference between a gay person and a straight person is your sexual preference. And so a pride flag celebrates your sexual preference. That's great. Outside of a gay bar, that's good. So now I know I can go to that bar and get free drinks all night. But where I don't think that we should celebrate sexual preferences are in elementary school. So what do you think about putting a pride flag in an elementary school, Heidi?
I think that's sick. Yeah, I mean, it's wrong and it has no place there. The rainbow used to be, as you mentioned, a signal for a gay bar, or we used to wear little rainbow pins, to let other gay people know, to let other lesbians know, hey, you can hit on me. We would wear little flair, but that is, obviously for a sexual purpose, to hit on people and to flirt with them. It has no place in schools, at all. And it's become political too. Now it's brown. And I don't even know, whatever new war is going on, it's that country's colors mixed in with the rainbow. So it's hideous now anyway. So it's got to go.
It really is weird that the young indoctrination. Okay, before you go, Heidi, we got to play one last video of your boy, primetime Alex Stein, and the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler.
Yes, can you see me? Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm clear.
Okay. Yo, I just want to say, hey, I'm a member of Antifa and up to Portland, and I have to tell you guys, this is the best place, the cleanest methamphetamines that I've ever done. But the problem is a lot of these guys, all these dope users out there, a lot of them aren't vaccinated. And that's the thing. They got all these needles. I don't want to catch COVID. Portland is if you're chill and you like to smoke and you like old art movies, dude, you can smoke all day. Watch old movies. They'll let you take your dog in the theater. They let you take your dog in the theater. They don't do any of that crap in Texas. In Texas, they got all these rules. They got all these cops. They pull you over. Dude, Portland is so chill. So, Mayor Wheeler, you're the #1 chillest mayor.
I'll take that in the spirit which it was offered, which is complete sarcasm. Next individual, please.
What do you think about that instant reaction, Heidi?
That was amazing. I saw that actually. That might have been one of the first things I saw from you. And yeah, I was hooked ever since. So that's hilarious. It was, what can you say? What can you say other than it's exactly true,
Well, And for me, what I think has been most effective is when I started speaking at these city council meetings, like you wanted to run for office, and you're very earnest in that. I was speaking very earnestly at these meetings, telling them and complaining and how I really felt. They would just ignore me. But as soon as I started being sarcastic like that, it irks him. Like it makes him have to respond. A lot of times when most people speak at these meetings, literally the mayor says nothing. But every time that I ever spoke, the mayor had to make a, oh, this is sarcasm, this is that. So I'm actually creating a response from them. So I've just noticed by using culture jamming for me, and I think for, I'm not gonna lie, clicks and getting awareness on these issues, it's been the most effective because people wanna see it, and it makes these politicians that are super serious feel very uncomfortable when they get made fun of.
Yeah, telling the truth through satire and humor, I think, is the best way that you can combat, politicians, because they're not going to pay attention. They're used to people kissing their ass every single second of every day and not pushing them or telling them anything. And so you coming out there and making a mockery of what's, it's actually true. It's funny because it's true. That's what you're doing. You're doing satire. And I think that it works, and more people should do it. I love what you've done in Plano, hopefully you win that lawsuit, and maybe I'll be one of those big booty hoes.
Yes,
supposed to be dancing with you.
And before you go, Heidi, tell everybody, because they don't believe. A lot of guys are like, or people say nobody's attracted to me. If you were heterosexual, you would be attracted to me. Is that correct?
100%. Actually, you're the only one.
Oh, yeah! I can turn a lesbian straight almost. I'm close. That's as big of a prize that I could ever receive, Heidi. You are truly my internet bestie. I want to visit you in Portland, and before you go, tell the people how they can find you and support you.
Yeah, best place is X, formerly known as Twitter. You can find me at Heidi Briones, and I'm also on other platforms as well. All my links are there, though, right on my Twitter page, so please find me.
Oh, she also has a Substack, but she's not like a douche about it, which I appreciate, because a lot of people with Substack are annoying, but you're not.
Well, Jimmy, why?
Yeah, if you actually read. A lot of people don't read, so if you're literate, though, you can go to my Substack. It's just my first and last name. It's actually, it's a huge problem in America. We actually have very low literacy rates. But if you can read, congratulations, and you can go to HeidiBriones.com and read my articles.
Well, you know that I can't read. This is the only book that I've ever read. I don't know if you can.
That's okay. Still love you. It's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Play some sad thing. Bum, bum, bum. All right. See you, Heidi. Well, thank you for coming on.
Hey, $20 super chat from Channel Julio. Hi, my name is Jimmy. I paid $100K to go to Princeton, and all I got was a poison ivy rash on my stinky butt. That was really mean.
That was good and mean. That was a good one.
Was that your burner?
No, that's not my burner. That was not my burner. Do not go back and watch the tape. I did not send that super chat. All right, now let me do the blind read because we got a lot. We got to end the show with some very spicy things, surprises in store. For years, Hollywood has been lacking when it comes to stories of redemption. Movies and TV shows have trended toward the anti-hero, the flawed person who makes no effort to change and just becomes worse and worse as the story goes on. Well, here's some great news. The Blind, the true story of the Robertson family, is now available for purchase on Blaze TV. Maybe you've made a mess of your life. Maybe someone you love is in a dark place. Maybe all the above. If you or someone you know feels beyond redemption, you need to watch this movie. You'll see there is always hope. Always. The Blind takes you on an incredible journey through the life of Phil Robertson, giving you an intimate look into the man behind the legend and the trials and triumphs and the values that have shaped him through the years. While The Blind wasn't a Blaze Media production, since Phil is such a big part of the Blaze TV family, we wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to stream it right here, because it isn't technically ours, so we can't include it as part of the subscription, but if you'd rather purchase it from us instead of Apple or Amazon, we wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to do that. So act now. Don't miss this opportunity to own The Blind, a Phil Robertson story on Blaze TV. Buy today, blazetv.com/theblind for $19.99. That's blazetv.com/theblind for $19.99. Did you like Duck Dynasty? Were you ever part of the Duck Dynasty fandom?
Yes, I liked it a lot. In fact, I give the speech called Unleash Your It Factor, and I have a slide of Duck Dynasty talking about leaning into your zone of genius and not conforming, and I just thought they were awesome.
Well, and I think that was actually very brilliant, the it factor, the non-conformity, because once we all conform, we all follow the leader, we all wear the mask, it takes away our autonomy. So why,
100%.
That's what I'm saying. So why is that so important for us to, I guess, be different without being, because I'm a little bizarre. And when I tell people I'm not a role model, I tell people that all the time, like, you don't want to be like me.
You say you're not a role model?
Yeah.
But I believe you are.
No, he's not.
I know, Jimmy.
Alex.
You are.
up, Jimmy.
There's certain elements where, like you leaning into your gifting, which is humor, and also standing up for what you believe in. That's a gift, and a lot of people don't recognize their gifts, and you have.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wow, Jimmy,
Yeah.
that makes me feel so good, Jimmy. Do not say anything to negate what you said, Jimmy. Yeah, don't show Jimmy. Okay, so before we get into your summer terrorist friend or whatever, Jimmy, do we have the a Democrat meeting? Are we live on the Zoom yet?
They kicked us off.
No, they didn't.
I swear.
They saw my name and they kicked us off.
I think you've officially gotten too famous.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
So famous.
we're trying to call some Democratic sheriff's thing right now. Here, we'll try to join on my phone. But Jimmy, explain why you're friends with the terrorists, please.
Okay, so I found out recently I grew up going to summer camp with a terrorist or someone convicted of terrorism. Can you get FS Jamie 1 up?
What is this, Jimmy? Yes, so you
So I
went to
saw this
camp
tweet
with
from
this guy?
Andy,
Gay conversion therapy camp? I don't remember this guy from the camp.
Well, no, that was in my adulthood. This was when I was a kid. So I saw this 61 RICO suspect accused of domestic terrorism they basically stormed a police training academy. But then I saw this guy, and it was like Antifa rioter Jamie Marsicano. Dad's a tycoon, blah, blah. And I was like, why does that name sound so familiar? Then I realized I grew up going to summer camp. That's me when I was 13. And that's the little Antifa terrorist. And I even confirmed it on the back. We have our names. So I grew up with a terrorist. That's kind of cool.
Is that cool? How is that cool? That sounds kind of bad.
I mean, I kind of knew him before he was a terrorist. So Jamie Marsicano, if you're out there, you know, you were cool when you were 13. I know you went to Brown. He kind of got radicalized at Brown. You got kind of weird, but come back to the normal side and we can
Is he
hang
going
out
to
again.
jail, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Probably. I'll
Or is
visit you
he
in
in
jail,
jail?
Jamie.
You're going to write him a letter? Oh, speaking of Owen Schroyer is in jail. Owen Schroyer alert. Always bring up Owen Schroyer. We need to give him some credit. If you want to write him a letter, make sure to go to Owen Schroyer 1776 on Twitter and go support him. I'm trying to get into the Zoom meeting. They're not letting me in. I have on my burner account, but they're not letting me in. So we're going to have to move on, Jimmy, to tell us your favorite story about Tony Robbins.
Yo.
We love Tony. I grew up listening to him. My dad made me listen to the CDs. You know, he gave them to me. He's like, Alex, you got to listen to him. And it really did help me because I'm all about vibrational energy. I think that we have to have a positive vibrational energy because when you're in that low vibrational energy state, you attract other low vibrational people.
Right.
Yeah. So,
That's right.
And I learned a lot of that, you know, the power within from Tony. So tell us how Tony shaped your life.
Well, the first time he shaped my life was I was speaking on stage in Vegas, and I was on, and then he came on, and I crushed it. I was teaching social media. I got in the crowd and was sitting up there, and for whatever reason, he came and called on me. We're in front of 20,000 people, and he started having an intervention with me.
With you?
Yes, and
after you had a great speech and stuff.
Yeah, he didn't see that part. He came in for his thing, and what it really transpired is he ended up helping me with a lot of deep childhood trauma that I had that I didn't deal with.
Yeah.
And that set me free and set me on a path to do what I do now. And so I have an immense amount of gratitude for this man and the work he does. He helps you change patterns, not just motivation. It's real tangible things that can change changing your physiology, all of it.
No, and that's so true because like I know so many people and I know girls and I mean guys too that had bad things happen to them. Like for instance, I have this. If we're gonna really be serious, no comedy. My parents got divorced and got remarried. Then they not to each other, to other people, then got divorced again. So I'm scared to death to get married because I've had that trauma as a kid. And, you know, I know people have had worse trauma, you know, sexual trauma, you know, worse things than that, than a parent's divorce. But for me, it really has affected me. So seriously, how am I ever going to overcome that? Should I just dive in and get married? Or what do you think? How do I defeat that, Emily?
Why are you afraid of marriage?
Well, because my dad tells me don't get married every day. And then my mom started saying it too after her second divorce. So when
but I know your dad tells you that, and that's the programming you're getting. But why really are you not what anybody else says? But why are you afraid of getting married?
Because I think that I'm like the reason why I'd never get a tattoo is because I'm a caterpillar changing into a butterfly constantly. I'm constantly changing. So I'm afraid that I might sign a contract, a marriage contract, which is basically, I mean, I know marriage is a, sacred thing, but let's be real. If you really love somebody, in my mind, I'm like, why do we need a contract to make our love?
Covenant, a union.
Yeah, which I know why every girl that I've dated, I've gotten girls give me the ultimatum that broke up with me because I didn't propose to them in time. But in my mind, I'm like, if we love each other and we have, why do we need this piece of paper?
It's a commitment with you and her and God. But I think that if to back up the train here, you need a woman. So you're driven by what?
Fear. I don't know. I mean, no, I don't know.
Growth. You like to grow.
Oh yeah,
You've grown this show. You've grown.
I'm very driven. Yes, I've been working in television and film ever since I graduated from LSU. Even while I was in school, so I've always wanted to be in this. And now that I've actually achieved my goal, I got a show in the Blaze. I've had a lot of success. I'm still driven. Like that's why I feel like I can't focus and give a person.
Do you think you'll always be growing?
I don't know. I hope.
Yeah. I believe you need to find somebody who's also driven like you, like that, so that way you're on an equal energy exchange. Because
see, I almost want somebody that's more submissive. Is that bad? I know
a driven woman can be submissive. Yo, I'm living proof.
You are.
Yo, I'm married and I'm submissive.
And Jake's a great guy. I met him. Yeah.
But the thing with us, because we're both motivated humans, I needed to find somebody who was motivated that I could love and respect. And that I'm going to grow, you're going to continue to grow. Like you need someone that's committed to that. Otherwise, like you're going to grow past them, right?
Yeah. So should I have somebody that's kind of into television and film and creating
Here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to go home tonight and get a cute little journal.
All right.
And I want you to write out what you want in a woman.
Okay.
The qualities.
Big boobs.
Okay.
AOC, big booty Latina too. But not just booty and boobs. I want some brains there too. I don't want to date a sex bot, even though if they exist. Remember?
You want her to have intelligence.
Well. I mean, how does that help? Then we're just what are we gonna do? Sudoku all night?
Do you want to be stimulated mentally, emotionally, physically? Right?
Well, I know this physical stimulation, but the rest, I don't know why that.
You do. Write it out.
Okay.
Okay. Write out what you want, all the qualities, circle the top 5, and say, I'm only going to date a woman that has these top 5.
And, and this is another thing when I'm dating, and my exes or whatever, I don't think I'm really that picky with the girls that I date. It's like, what I'm trying to say is, like, if I write all these things, I mean, I feel like if they meet one of them would be enough for me, seriously. So you think that I should find somebody that meets, like, 5?
Just go for the gold, okay? And so that way you won't settle.
I will say Emily's husband is really hot.
Like, I know, he's a handsome guy. You want to come on, Jake? Come on,
I feel sexually confused.
He's like a male model. Come here, look at this guy.
I was single.
Come on, look at this guy. He makes me, and he's taller than me. I don't like it either. I feel emasculated. Look, Jake, look at this guy. He's a male model. Have you ever modeled, Jake?
Right now I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us, why were you able to make such a connection with Emily?
Why I was? Because... I was looking for, I call it the trifecta. You want to hold these real quick?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You want to put them on or are you good?
Yeah, no, I don't need them. I'll just hold them.
I've always been looking for the trifecta, which is someone that is extremely beautiful, which I know that's what you're looking for.
Yes, of course, which Emily is, obviously.
Yeah. Someone that is, they don't have to be successful, but success driven, which means growth driven.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're wanting as well.
Because I kind of like being the rich guy in the relationship, if you know what I mean. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Right, and then you meet someone like her, and then you realize that she can also make that type of wealth. But the third was she also got to love God. And
that is important. I do. If they believe that we're just evolved from pond scum and that we just came from nothing.
Look at you like a pond scum.
Yes, exactly. So I do think that is important that they have to believe that there is a creator. Yes.
So I saw all 3 of those, but I was like, there's no way, because I would see a successful woman, maybe she loves God, but I wasn't attracted to her.
Okay.
And I find an attractive woman, and she was, maybe loves God, but she wasn't really driven in that sense. Doesn't mean that she has to be world renowned. And what was so clear, though, is that God just works in just beautiful ways, where I was speaking at one of my events, and she's there. And because 1 month before, she wrote out what she wants in a man, because she's had her own journeys and that. I
was single for a while, dude. I felt like I was almost a player.
Really?
Well, I just was so bored, and I would go on dates. I call them appetizer dates, where you're like, bye.
Yeah, I do a lot of those too. First dates that just don't go good. Even 1 or 2 dates, you're like,
But she's a classy woman, so she would actually respect herself and not just go date someone because she had to.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we meet. She subconsciously knew what she wanted, even though she didn't recognize it, because she wrote out what she wanted in a man.
Okay.
And because I had my own story, Tony, a few months ago, I learned about the difference between masculine and feminine and the energies, and especially a woman like her, she's so powerful, but she was so independent where she had a lot of masculine energy.
Yeah, but she's also very feminine, though.
She is, but she was hiding it. This woman you see now wasn't who she was 4 years ago. And so what I had to realize with her when I met her was obviously she's beautiful, she loves God, all these things. But I was like, I'm going to get tested, because she was testing me. She tried to break up with me a couple times. I realized she was trying to do that because we were amazing, but she was so afraid to be in her feminine and to like let go. That's what it means.
Yeah.
That her masculine would come up and try to push me away. So one of the things, and this is for you men out here, and I'm not here to try to be no guru or nothing, because I'm still learning. But this is how I got this beautiful woman. I got to sustain her. Is when you have a woman that tries to test you, whether it's like breakup or whatnot. Obviously, if it's a bad situation, you did something stupid, that's one thing. Or they try to just like get under your skin. It's not because they don't love you. It's because they want to see if you're going to be an unshakable pillar, and are you going to fall over, or are you going to be able to hold it? So when she tests you, you don't move. And the moment you don't move, that's when she realizes she could trust you.
Well, and that is brilliant, but this is the issue that I've had in recent relationships, is where now that I've had some more success and I'll follow some random girl on Instagram or she'll follow me back, there's a lot of jealousy. So how do you deal with the jealousy?
So then that's not probably the right woman. So why it's so important with Emily saying you need 5 is because you're like, well, I just might want 1 or 2. Well, maybe that's why you're not finding the right woman. Because 1 or 2 might be those high-level things, but if you want someone that doesn't get jealous about your success, you need to get clear on that. Why would you date someone if you don't get clear on that, and then 2 weeks later you realize that she's pissed off because you're out here with other women on set?
Networking, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or she's probably not confident.
But 90% of it is networking. I mean, there's some people I made friends with, for friend girls, but what I'm saying is there was a little bit of jealousy that caused a lot of problems.
So not every woman is like that. We do have standards, and we've had some checks where she was like, okay, like that woman obviously is not wanting to do business. She's interested. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
see, that's what was happening with me.
I didn't realize that's what she would hold that. Yeah. But this is the thing.
But you just have standards, the quality of your standards.
So for you, if you really want, and I'm listening from the backside over here, so I was able to listen. If you do really want a woman, eventually, which I could see you because you do have a big heart, you really do, is really do go home and write out just all those qualities. Because if you only get one that has 2 out of the 5, because whether you write it or not, down in your subconscious mind, you want something that you maybe don't know.
Yeah.
So you have to take that from your subconscious and actually put it on paper, so you can be like, oh, okay, well that woman, it's not like you're gonna go compare and say yes or no, but it's like you're aware. And you will find someone, because this is the only way I was able to be with her, because she was getting so many men throwing themselves at her.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But she wrote down what she wanted, and I'm so grateful to say that, like, when she looked at her list, I was about every one of those.
And he's tall, dark, handsome. I mean, you can't beat him. He is a total package. Man, this is a beautiful episode.
Are we going to see in maybe a couple months from now, this man with the woman of his dreams?
Very soon. That is right. And that's all because of Jake and my girl, Emily. And we had, guys, Darius, Tiny, come here. We're about to end the show. We got to come here. This is the breakthrough episode. This has been the most emotional episode. Darius, Tiny, Emily. I just want to thank everybody for watching tonight. This episode, we had a lot of personal breakthroughs. Emily really helped me out. Emily Ford, sorry. Make sure to go follow that. Tiny, and then tell Tiny and Darius, leave them because the show's about to end. Give them one last, message on how we can become more of a cohesive team.
I want you to speak love to each other every single day. Can you do that?
Hell no.
Oh, bro. That tough love, I don't know.
Gotta have it.
Last super chat.
Yes.
Kalishnikov said, I hope our guest Emily Ford knows that Mr. Stein has minor HIV and it's contagious.
Stop. Okay, all right, guys. We end the show the same way every time with a freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. Do not bring up my HIV. I don't have HIV. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't take a test. Don't try to expose me for what I did with a monkey. No, you can't see that banana. That monkey was named Hannah, and I'm super sick. And I do have HIV, so I'm sorry, Emily, I hope you're vaccinated. All right, guys, it's been a great show. If you're watching right now, hit the like button. Hit the like button right now. Hit the subscription button. Only 40% of y'all are even subscribed that are watching right now. Hit both those buttons. We love you, Emily Ford. We love you, Heidi Briones. We love you, Jake. We love you, Tiny. We love you, Darius. Mwah. Good night.